I can continue on this all day. So let me just welcome in our guests. We have a New York State Senate candidate and U.S. Marine that worked at one of the migrant processing centers, Marko Kepi, and Tarrant County GOP Chairman Beau French. Gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. Beau, I'll quickly to you. Let's start and say that Biden Thursday night had a tough time. He tried to convince viewers that he's being endorsed by the Border Patrol Union, but the agency's made it very clear, quote, never has nor ever will endorse. And they're talking about Joe Biden there, all right? Never have and never will endorse Joe Biden. So what do you make of that?
Well, I think that's one of the greatest fact checks of all time in presidential debate history. But I mean, when you have 12 million plus illegal aliens invading our country in the last 3 years since Joe Biden came into office, I mean, don't forget, President Trump had reduced illegal alien crossings drastically in his term. And then on day one of Biden's administration, he did almost 100 executive actions that totally undid what President Trump had done. Yep. And we've seen the destruction from that now. Oh, yeah. Well, just in the past
Several weeks alone, we've seen 37-year-old Rachel Morin, 12-year-old Jocelyn Nungare, 21-year-old Jocelyn, I apologize if I'm not saying it right, but Tokaiza, brutally murdered at the hands of illegal aliens. I mean, earlier this year, we saw 22-year-old Laken Riley targeted by illegals. She was jogging on her college campus. You know, Marko, I'll come to you on this. Trump said if he gets back in office, he plans on using the military to deport up to 20 million aliens. Do you think the former president's idea to utilize the military is what we need to do at this point? And like me, you've served in the United States Marine Corps. You're still in the reserve. You've worked at these migrant centers. What do you think?
Well, absolutely. I mean, the current governor that we have in New York, under her administration, she's telling veterans and people serving in these shelters to evict veterans. So I think the right approach would be to evict these illegal migrants that majority of them are criminals.
Now, when you say that, you've worked at one of these centers, right? You've been there.
Yes.
When you say a lot of them are criminals, what did you see when you were there?
So, first of all, we found knives, we found guns, we've seen them rape, we've seen them beat up women, we've seen them, the prostitution is out of hand, like right in front of our eyes, and there's nothing we can do about it. I mean,
well, didn't you call 911?
Well, you can't, because the way it works is when you're working on these shelters, there's a rule under the governor that you support everything through DHS, so they file it and they run it up to the governors. So a lot of the crimes that actually happens in the shelters are never reported.
Wow, and they want to increase these shelters.
Correct. They actually want to put one in Staten Island, and I'm strongly against it. Not because I'm against immigrants, I'm an immigrant myself, but the people that are coming are criminals. I spoke to some of them working on the shelters. I said, how did you guys come to America? And one of them said, I had two options. The governor came, we were in jail in Venezuela and Nicaragua, and they said, you have two options. You can stay here in jail, or we can give you a free bus ride to America. So they came to America. So these are the people that are coming in these shelters.
And you are an immigrant yourself, but you came here the right way.
Of course, we came here for a better life. We came here because we love this country, we appreciate this country, follow the laws. Not like these illegals that are beating up cops in Times Square, they're raping people. Even today, this morning in Dallas, Texas, an illegal migrant killed 2 people at Chick-fil-A.
Unbelievable. Beau, an NBC report from this week claimed over 400 migrants crossed the border have been identified as having ISIS ties. ISIS. Not only are they coming into the country, but DHS has supposedly lost control of roughly 50 of them. How concerning is this? I mean, this is terrorism we're talking about. And as someone that was on the pile at 9/11 as an FBI agent, I got to tell you, I take these threats very seriously.
Well, don't forget 9/11 was only 19 terrorists, right?
Great point.
The numbers that the Biden administration is talking about now, maybe 400 potential terrorists, and that's the minimum. There are millions of people who've crossed our border. We don't even know who they are. We have no idea. They have no idea. You know, they talk about the known gotaways. That means people that they know came in, but they have no idea who they are. That's in the millions. Plus, there's millions more that they don't know about. The number of potential terrorists in our country could be tens of thousands. I mean, we have no idea. You know, are they waiting for a special event? Are they waiting for our elections to try to disrupt our elections? Like, is there a plan?
Right.
These are things that we don't know. And as a father of, you know, young children, I literally lose sleep every night worrying about what could potentially happen in this country.
How could you not? Very quickly, 30 seconds left. Marko, tell me The president at the debate on Thursday night spoke about how everyone in the military does not support Joe Biden. Again, you're in the Marine Corps Reserve now. Who's the military with? Does the military, do our men and women in uniform want a strong commander-in-chief? Are they supporting Trump, in your opinion, from what you know, just from your own friends in the military, or are they supporting Joe Biden?
Well, I'm telling you, it's a completely different energy that we had when President Trump was president. When he was president, the whole military was excited. They were, they loved who their commander-in-chief was. They had absolutely no problem doing whatever the commander-in-chief said. They were confident. They're confident that they instilled in the military. It was absolutely great, and I can't feel the same right now. A lot of people have left, actually, the military. They haven't re-enlisted. And if you see nationally, the numbers, recruiting numbers for Army, Air Force, almost all the branches, the exception of Marines, they have decreased dramatically. So I think that shows a message throughout the country and throughout the state that strong leadership has an effect in recruitment and the military as well.
All right. Well, we're going to have to leave it there. Marko Kepi and Bo, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for being back on. And Marko, good luck in your Senate race in New York.
Thank you.
Thank you.